strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome everybody. It is another big day for Splinterlands. It's today. The first sale for Genesis League Sports is taking place. The Genesis League Goals game is having their pack pre-sale here in just a few hours, so I need to catch up. They released their white paper not too long ago. They released a lot of info at Splinterfest, and I haven't gotten a chance to go over that, so we're going to talk about that now. And I'm going to talk about why this pre-sale might be one of the best pre-sales they've ever had, because not only are there huge bonuses here, but you do not need to make a large purchase in order to take advantage of these bonuses. You can participate with just a single pack purchase, which is a little different than some of the other pre-sales. So we're going to go over those bonuses and why I'm so excited about those. But first, let's take a look at the actual game itself. Let's go over what we know about the game and the gameplay. So Genesis League Goals is a soccer NFT card game. I say soccer, football. They actually renamed it. It was Genesis League Soccer. They renamed it to Genesis League Goals. So we're not going to have that debate about football versus soccer. I'm in the US, so I say soccer. Hopefully everybody else can bear with me. But this is a two-player dueling card strategy game. So it's a two-player game like Splinterlands, a card game, but the gameplay itself is not really like Splinterlands at all. It's going to have, they describe it here, as simultaneous single-tap actions over multiple turns as both players try to advance the ball down the field to win. So Splinterlands, you choose all your cards up front, and then it's an auto battler. This game isn't necessarily like this, and we've seen at Splinterfest, they showed us a couple of images. So they didn't show actual gameplay, but they did show this image right here. First off, you'll notice that it's designed for mobile. I know a lot of people will be excited about that, but essentially, and we're going to look at a better view of these cards here as well in just a second. But you see the soccer ball down at the bottom? What's happening is you are going to take multiple actions. These cards have abilities. You have to strategically decide which actions to take to move that soccer ball up to the other side of the field in order to take a shot on goal and try to score while your opponent's doing the same on the other side. So it's quick back and forth gameplay that is not really, I mean, if you look at this, it doesn't really sound like Splinterlands at all. So the economy is going to seem very much like Splinterlands. The actual game itself, I feel like, is going to play very different. Now, I haven't played it myself. It's hard to know for sure. But when we go into gameplay, you'll see there's a tournament series where ranked play consisting of a coach and up to 30 players. You have 11 starters, 9 substitutes, and then 10 reserve players that can be swapped in between matches. So 30 players, and there'll be player cards, coaches cards. Let's look at those cards. Let's go in the cards, because that's kind of the key aspect of the game, right? The cards. Let's get a better look here of what a card can look like. You'll see this is a single player here, but across 5 different foils. There's 5 different foils and then a non-foil version of the cards. Those will actually play differently. You've got gold foil over on the right hand side. Unlike Splinterlands, where gold foil just provides an earning boost, gold foils are actually going to have an impact when playing the game. So we'll get into that as we go through the foils here, going through their white paper. But you can see the cards. They've got different stats. They have different abilities there. You're going to be able to equip equipment. That seems weird, but put equipment on players using like nesting NFTs. So there's a bunch of stuff going on with this. Let's actually go through. And one of the big things you see, if we come over here, you'll see that there are stars up top, right? You're gonna have stars and the levels. Stars are achieved by combining cards that are the same. So just like you level up a card in Splinterlands, you'll combine them together. They'll increase their star count there. But then they also have XP. We come over here. Their XP is only gained by playing in matches with those cards, and that's very different than Splinterlands. So you can't just go buy a card from a pack, buy a bunch of packs, combine the cards together, and instantly have the best card in the game. You have to actually go play with it. So there is a progression system there that rewards playing the game. When you're playing the game, you're not just getting earnings like in Splinterlands. You're also leveling up your cards and improving your cards. So I really like that. That's something that Splinterlands, like with their tower defense game here with Genesis League Goals, they're adding more of that progression system into the game, and I'm a huge fan of that. And as their star level increases, You'll see there their stats can increase. You'll unlock new slots for equipment, for skills. So and this kind of talks about the player card on the front. We've kind of seen that a little bit, and it talks about having active skills, passive skills, equipment slots. Hard to really know too much what to make of all that until we see what the skills do and that type of thing. But there's active skills that will actually be used in the match, and then passive, and then you can customize the cards with equipment. You also have coaches that impact the formation that you can use. So coaches will play a role there. And then here's what I want to get into: synergy, because there are different types of foils. You've got city synergy. If we come over here at the top right, you can see this says Austin. If we zoom in, Austin is the city there. So cards from the same city will have synergy with each other. But the foil is kind of a big thing here. So with foil, you get synergy with other cards of the same foil, and then they have a weather impact. So the foil cards, like if we come back over here, we see red foil right here. A red foil card will not have a penalty in hot weather. So there's where building up potentially even different teams that can have different synergies, be able to play in different matches with different weather conditions. And then the gold foil cards, I talked about how they have an impact in battle. Gold foil cards are nice because they have synergy with every other type of foil, and they have no weather penalty at all. So these gold foil cards are going to be in demand. There is going to, and they're pretty rare. Remember, we're gonna have a bunch of cards here. We've got about 800 players in Major League Soccer and the Players Association, so we're going to have over 800 cards. And then they've got a tier. You've got the different tiers or the different foils for each player. There's going to be a lot of cards in this game. Gold foils are going to be pretty rare. I expect those to be pretty valuable. So, and then again, it talks about not only I mentioned leveling. Another thing that I really like is there are also badges. They have essentially an achievement system in this game where those players that achieve hard and rare achievements can earn a badge that gives a permanent bonus to one of their card stats. So in-game achievements that actually improve the card performance in the battle is pretty cool. So I'm excited. I think I really like I like all the aspects that they're putting in here. Now ultimately, the big question is the gameplay going to be fun? Okay, and we can't judge that until we actually see the gameplay. But I like the setup. I like the progression system. I like the rewards, and I really like what they've done with this. So I can't wait to see how fun the actual gameplay is. When you have the reward types, you can get buffs, GLX. That's the equivalent of SPS for those coming from Splinterlands. Cosmetics. They do have cosmetic items in here. So there'll be cosmetics, there'll be consumable boosts, so player boosts that you can apply before a match. They've got the equivalent of potions with pack boosters, so increase your chance of getting a foil or getting gold. But let's move on to the pack sale, right? Because the pack sale is today. It's about 4 hours from when this video is going to be published. So some of you might even be seeing this after the pre-sale. But this is what we have here. We have October 18th, pre-sale 1. 500,000 packs at $5 per pack. So there's going to be 8.5 million packs. So there's kind of a lot to break down here because we have a couple of things. First off, we have a different pricing structure here. So the first 500,000 packs will just be $5 a pack, straight $5. You can buy in Hive, you can buy with PayPal. So then the next 500,000 starting in January to March will be $10 if you're using something like PayPal, or you can use GLGT, which is one of the tokens, which will be $5. So if you're using essentially a voucher, you can get a discount there. So how many vouchers are going to be out by then? I don't know. We have no vouchers right now, so it's going to be interesting to see what the market is like. It's kind of hard to gauge that. And then the general sale is the same price of pre-sale too. And then once we start to get towards the end, we've seen with Splinterlands, right? As sales approach the end, they become more in demand because prices tend to go up when they're out of stock, right? So, but as we reach the end, when pack sales would kind of be escalating, the price is actually going to increase. So if we assume you're using the GLGT over here, and again, we don't know how much of that's going to be available. How is everybody going to be able to use that? I don't know. But at the bonus, it's $7.50 and then $12.50 for the last 1.5 million packs. And then anything gets burned that isn't sold next year. So I like how they've got us set up like, okay, by this time everything gets burned. So and they kind of increase the prices. And one thing that's going to allow to happen is, okay, say you buy for $5 a pack. By the time you get to this point right here, you can actually see an increase in value. Like right now, for example, Splinterlands, we have Chaos Packs, right? You're not going to see Chaos Packs worth more than what you paid for them from the store until they're sold out, because that kind of provides a ceiling on how high secondary packs can go. By escalating the price as we go on, people can start to see an increase in value in those even before they're completely sold out. So I actually like that, and I almost wish they did more of it. And had a more gradual price increase as we went down the line, because I do really like that setup. But we'll see how this works out, and maybe you'll see more of it if it goes well. But it's not just increasing price. The big advantage, I said that this had huge benefits for buying in the pre-sale, right? The huge advantage is that you get access to a staking pool of 7.5 million GLX. Again, that's the equivalent of SPS. That will be given out for pre-sale 1, and then another 7.5 million for pre-sale 2. So 500 at a maximum of 500,000 packs can be staked to earn 7.5 million GLX. So that means you can essentially get 15 at minimum. If you stake your pack, you'll get 15 GLX per pack, 22.5 GLX per pack if you have it staked through pre-sale 1 and pre-sale 2. And again, that's the minimum, and it's going to be more than that, because even if all the packs sell, some of them are not going to be staked, right? Because people will be selling them on the secondary market. Not literally every single one will be staked. We'll see what percentage are staked. But if you buy in the pre-sale and stake it, 22.5 GLX tokens you'll receive for essentially buying a $5 pack. So that is, I mean, what's the price of GLX going to be? We don't necessarily know that, right? I was redoing my math here. But if GLX is 22.2 cents or more, you will actually you'll essentially get your pack for free. If it's 22.2 cents or more, will it be? I don't know. There is 2 billion GLX tokens. That's the max supply, is 2 billion GLX tokens. Compare that to Splinterlands, we have 3 billion. So there's 50% less GLX than there is SPS once we're at max supply. So if you look at the current SPS price of about 6 cents, 6.3 or something, I mean, if you would estimate it based on that, you might say about 10 cents. Even then, you're going to get a third to a half of your pack paid for just with GLX tokens, if that were the price. But a couple things to remember. SPS, remember when SPS first released? It was $1 because it was so scarce, right? And then we're going to have this utility right away where that's going to be generating GLGT to get discounts on the pre-sale too. So are people going to be holding it? Are they going to be selling it? I don't know. I have it's so hard to predict a price, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say it's not going to be over 22 cents. You're not literally going to get it for free, but I wouldn't be surprised if you're getting half of your value back in GLX. And we're saying that the max supply of GLX is 2 billion. The max supply through, like, with what we currently have allocated is actually only 600,000. There's 600 million. There's 1.4 billion GLX that is allocated for future partnerships. That's going to be future games, like if they go partner with the NBA or NFL or NHL or anything like that. And those partnerships aren't here. So that GLX isn't even going to be necessarily be minted until we have partnerships. And if we get those partnerships, that's going to be with big name leagues and things that can actually drive more value, right? So I'm pretty bullish on GLX overall. I'm very intrigued at these pre-sales because I want this GLX. Now, one thing to say is this pool will not actually start. We go to the reward pools. Here's the distribution here, because this is actually important to talk about as well. And it talks about staking it. You will not be able to stake your packs until next month. So what I'm curious to see is, what is the resale price after presale going to be? First off, do we sell at a presale? I think we do. Because, and if we don't, that means everybody's getting more GLX, right? I don't know. I feel like there's a ton of value here, and I think that's why Splinterlands assets have gone down the last few days. You might notice SPS and DEC have gone down, even though the overall market hasn't. I think vouchers have gone down a lot. I think people are cashing out some of their Splinterlands SPS DEC vouchers, some of those tokens, so they can buy these Genesis League Goals packs and get in and get more GLX. Because honestly, again, this is not financial advice, pure speculation. With all these sports leagues that are going to be involved, I think GLX has more potential than SPS. And just being able to set up a better economy from the start, where Splinterlands, we're trying to change the economy live in the game and everything like that. We've been able to take everything that we've learned from SPS. Team's been able to take everything that they've learned from SPS and kind of put that in at the beginning of GLX. And so I think it's going to start off a little bit smoother. We'll see how things go. But I think that's why assets have been going down, because people have been wanting to buy in the pre-sale. So I think the pre-sale sells out. I think it sells out pretty quickly. But then what's the secondary price going to look like? Because when we always see them cheaper on the secondary market, right? People buy their bulk sales. They want to, if you're a top 10 purchaser, you get to be a coach in the game. People want to go for those, and then they'll kind of sell off some of the secondary ones. Are people going to sell these off? Are you going to be able to buy them cheaper on the secondary market and still pick up some of those GLX? Or does everybody want the GLX, so nobody's going to be selling them on the secondary market? Could this be an instance where prices are actually more expensive on the secondary market than they are in the primary market? Like, I don't know. Because the benefit requires you to go stake them, that's going to be very different. Because why do they go down with chaos packs? Why were prices cheaper on the secondary market immediately after the sale? Because people were buying it to get things like airdrops, right? And you didn't have to keep the pack, so they just wanted to get the airdrops and then sell off the cards so they could have funds to go buy something else. They were buying the airdrops. So that, I mean, you can have some of this here. If you buy 500 packs, you get access to the pre-sale or to the beta. If you buy, or sorry, 100, I think it's 100 packs. If you get 500, you can get a title. There are things like that yes, people might buy and just instantly sell off. But I still think the biggest benefit of this pre-sale is getting these GLX, getting access to this GLX pool right here. And people, I think, will keep them because of that. So I don't know. We'll see. Then here's the actual distribution. So we of the GLX tokens that we have for this game, we have 100 million GLX. So I don't know. I'm a little surprised by this, to be honest. So we've got essentially 40%. So we got rank staking, rank rewards that are both getting 25%. 25% just for playing, for the actual gameplay for ranked rewards does actually seem a little bit low. But a lot of it's still going to pack owners. It's just before the game even starts, kind of to incentivize that pre-sale. So we've got tournaments awards, we got Genesis League Cup. So those are also playing the game. You have to factor that in there. There's a decent amount that's going to playing the game. So it's just outside of the ranked rewards. So we'll see, what is Genesis League Cup? What are tournament rewards? Is that something that everybody's going to have access to? Or is that just the top players are going to get into? I don't know. There's still a lot of unknowns here. But I think the biggest reason we're going to see a drive in these pre-sale packs is for this right here. I think this is a huge benefit, and it might be one of the best pre-sale benefits that Splinterlands has offered. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, Genesis League Cup will be released after the start. Details will be provided closer to release, both the Genesis League with tournaments. So it'll be interesting. I'm definitely curious to see how this works out. I'm going to pick up some packs. The question what I still haven't decided. We're 4 hours as of recording this video. I'm about 5 hours away from the pre-sale, and I still don't know if I'm buying or not. I'm going to load up on a lot of packs so I can get GLX. No doubt about it. No question. I just don't know if I'm going to buy in the pre-sale or I'm going to see if they are cheaper on the secondary market. And honestly, I'll probably split. I'll probably spend. I don't know where the split will be, but I'll probably buy some in the pre-sale, and then buy some on the secondary market later, and I'll kind of see what happens there. But it again, and one of the big benefits here is everybody's complained on previous pre-sales, like, oh, I'm not buying. You have to buy 50 packs to get access to the promo card. You have to be able to spend $250 or more, even thousands of dollars or more. You can go out. You can take $10 and go buy 2 packs and you'll get some GLX when you stake it. So you do not have to be a large purchaser in order to take advantage of the pre-sale benefits. Now, there are some other benefits for those who are making those large purchases, but you can still get pre-sale benefits for just buying small numbers of packs. And I really like that. I think that's a good addition here. So we'll see how things go. Let me know in the comments. What are you guys doing? Are you buying packs? Do you want this GLX? I'm very intrigued. I think we're going to sell it right away. So we'll see how that goes. But I got to get this video up because it is going to be here very, very soon. I'm super excited. I'll see you guys at the pre-sale.